So now that we've got this income table here, we're going to create our first calculated callout, or a shape that essentially references a cell, references a formula, and outputs the text in a nice visual element. Let's take a look. So first thing I'm going to do here is create a shape. We saw earlier, insert, shapes, and you got loads of shapes to pull from. For me personally, I'm just going to grab the standard rectangle shape, but do feel free to experiment. Grab an oval, grab a hexagon, a triangle, a star, one of the callouts, whatever you like. I'm going to grab a rectangle. Once you have it selected, you can move out to your worksheet, left click and drag, and you'll create your shape. Now, whatever shape you selected, it's great. It might look different than mine. If your formatting is different, totally fine. And we're going to change that. So whatever you got there, stick with it. Now that I have my shape, I now want to create the text that I want to have show up in that shape. Now, typically with a shape, you would create it and then give it a double click, and you could bang on your keyboard and put your text in there. The downside to literally just putting text in the box is it's static. Whatever you type in there stays in there unless you go back to the box and you edit the text. Here, I want it to be dynamic. I want it to say total income and then reference this cell right here so that we know how much income comes in. And if the income changes, then our box updates as well. Let's try it out. All right, so I'm going to get out of that box. Now, normally when I create a formula that a shape like this references, I would put it way off the worksheet. I would come over here and put it off over the side. That way nobody would bother it. Or I might create a whole nother worksheet, put it on there, have the shape reference that content, and then I would hide the sheet so nobody would touch it. Okay? So you got a couple of options there. The idea is you're creating something that your shape will then use, but people don't need to know what's happening behind the scenes. They don't need to know where that's happening. They just see the shape and they're good with it. That's what we want. So here, let's say, I don't want to go too far off. Let's say I do it inside the V column, just so I can see it there. I'm going to move my chart over just a little bit. So I'm going to put it in my V column just so I can keep an eye on it and watch my box. Okay? But wherever you put it. So here, I'm just going to start with an equal sign. It's a formula. And inside of quotes, I'll say total income. Close the quote, and I'm going to hit my enter key. All right, so now we got the total income value there. It doesn't look like much, but I want that text to show up inside this box. So I'll select the box. With this selected, I'll go to my formula bar. I'm going to type in equals. It's really just a formula. And I'm going to go select this cell right here. That's it. Hit my enter key. And now that text shows up inside the box. How cool is that? So now if the text inside of this cell changes, my box would update as well. Let's try it. So I'll go back to the V1, go back to my formula bar. Now I want to combine total income with the actual total income amount. So here, in order for me to combine this text value with a numeric value or a cell reference, I got to bring in the ampersand character. This is your concatenating character. It will allow you to combine multiple values together. So I got total income, ampersand, and then I'll select this cell right here, my total income. I'm going to hit my enter key, and my box will update. I think that is so cool. We got this more graphical element now that we can then format, change colors, change size, lots of different shapes you can pull from that now references a formula or another cell. Try this out. Create a shape, insert shapes, pick one that you like, draw it out there, create your formula, really simple like I did there, equals total income inside of quotes, ampersand, and reference your total income cell. Then have your box reference that cell. Try it out.